The horror genre has developed quite the cult following and has been a staple in our culture. The most notable of the subgenres is the slasher films. There are so many iconic films that encapsulate horror for us. You have villains like the Good Boy Doll, Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers, and so many more. This genre hit its peak between 1978 and 1984, usually referred to as the golden age of slasher films, and still has a lot of influence on modern work today. Hi guys, my name is Peter, aka King Exodus, and today we're going to be reviewing The Quarry. I'm reviewing this game on PS5, but it's also available on Xbox and PC. And just a reminder, I do scale from a 1 to a 10, with 1 being horrible and 10 being an all-time classic. And like always, there's going to be some opinions and some light spoilers, so you're being warned now. And if you like these kinds of videos, consider giving me a big thumbs up and subscribing, as it does help out the channel. And with that being said, let's get into it. The Quarry is an interactive survival horror game from a third-person perspective from the developers Supermassive Games, which has experience making titles like this in the Dark Pictures anthology series and Until Dawn. In fact, The Quarry has been dubbed the spirited successor to Until Dawn. Like Until Dawn, in The Quarry, you're tasked with trying to keep 7 and later 9 camp counselors from dying after a crazy night of twists and turns. The 9 counselors are Jacob, Emma, Ryan, Caitlin, Dylan, Nick, Abby, and later Laura and Max. The summer camp is called Hackett's Quarry, which is owned by the Hackett family. They are the main contributors to the crazy twists and turns the teenagers must deal with. Supermassive recruited a star-studded cast for this game, including names like David Arquette, Justice Smith, Brenda Song, Ariel Winter, and many more. A giant plus in The Quarry is the acting and motion capture of the characters. The chemistry between the cast was obvious from the very beginning. The writing was cheesy at times, but the cast made it funny and enjoyable. Made me crack a smile and laugh from time to time. That with the environments made it seem so realistic looking, almost giving me that 80s horror film feel that they were striding for. Now the game starts off with 2 teenagers, Laura and Max, who decide to get to the campsite a little earlier than they were supposed to. On the way there, they are ran off the road by something and end up in the woods where Laura encounters some weird vibes. The teenagers can't figure out how to get the car turned back on, and they are approached by a local sheriff. The sheriff tells the teenagers to head back to the local motel, and they'll head out to the campsite in the morning. As teenagers do, they don't listen, and proceed to Hackett's Quarry anyways. At arrival, no one's there, and they try to investigate a basement cellar that's under the main house entrance. While down there, Max is attacked by a monster, and the sheriff from earlier shows up and knocks out Laura. Quite the opening sequence, if you ask me. 2 months pass and you're introduced to the 7 other camp counselors who are preparing to leave the camp. As everyone's putting their bags into the trunk of their car, one counselor, Jacob, sabotages the vehicle to spend one more night with his summer crush, Emma. Once the camp's owner, Chris Hackett, gets word of the counselors needing another night at the camp to repair the car, he tells them to stay at the lodge and not leave for any reason. He explains that he will be back for them in the morning. And again, as teenagers do, they don't listen to Chris and decide to throw a bonfire as a last celebration, and the counselors go off to collect supplies for this party. The teens have a friendly truth or dare game where some feelings get hurt and they scatter about. Abby and Nick end up in the woods just having a moment when they would be attacked by an animal which turns out to be a werewolf. That's all I'll give you of the story, as this is a story heavy title and your decisions dictate what happened to the counselors and the Hackett's family. The only thing I'll mention is that the Hackett family has something to do with the werewolves, and we're being hunted by the family and these werewolves. Big premise of the gameplay is assuming control of the characters and exploring the camps, making difficult decisions, and some quick time events, which has some button mashing, breath control mini games, or some light combat as well. As you go through the story, you'll see some evidence and clues scattered throughout the chapters that will help you piece together things. These aren't the only collectibles, there's also some tarot cards that a fortune teller will use in between the chapters to tell you how the future can go for one of the camp counselors. Some items have funny cutscenes. Biggest advice I can give y'all is don't hesitate to check nook and crannies. You'll be surprised what you'll find in encounter. Upon completing the main story, you'll get a death rewind, which allows you to reverse up to 3 deaths per new run. One of the best additions Supermassive added to the Quarry is multiplayer. It features both couch and online multiplayer. The Quarry has so many uniquely different story paths and endings, so you're encouraged to try a few solo and multiplayer runs and see how you do. If you're not up for playing through the game on your own, you can turn on movie only mode, which is a feature where you basically watch how the game plays out. It does lack some of the events you could see if you played it through on your own, but it could be a good way to bring out a girl for a movie night or something, boys. This game has many good points. The story, the writing, and the character development really give this game a slasher movie feel. I played this game live on stream and the jump scares really got me. Oh wait, I think I remember. There was somebody
Jacob?
in there.
Emma?
I don't remember though.
Are they... Should I open it up?
Your funeral, buddy.
Oh shit!
Oh, she makes me!
Even the graphics make the game look so beautiful and brings the characters to life. And with that being said, I will point out this game has a massive cast. It becomes a little overwhelming, and with all the storylines, it becomes a little hard to follow. I mean, there is 9 camp counselors and it takes roughly 9 hours to complete the game, so. Another nitpick from me is the pacing could be a little weird at times. There could be a big moment, something massive just happened, or you guys just got attacked by something in the woods, and then you take control of the character and they're just kind of peacefully walking. Like, you couldn't just give me a jog button at least? Just makes it a little bit slower at times. But with all that being said, I do give this game a 7.5 out of 10. Do you plan on checking out the Quarry? Put it down below in the comments and let me know. And if you like this video, consider giving me a thumbs up and subscribing to the channel for more gaming reviews like the one I did on Ghostwire Tokyo, which should be right there. Till next time, your boy King Exodus is out.